The Higher Institute of Fisheries and Aquaculture of Bizerte was created in 2003 under the dual supervision of the Ministry of Agriculture, Water Resources and Maritime Fisheries and the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. ISPAB awards 2 diplomas, a bachelor's degree in marine sciences, and a co-constructed professional master in engineering and sustainable management of fishery resources. ISPAB is partner and leader of several international projects, in particular the Deep Blue Project, for which it coordinates the Work Package 5, the training of trainers, effective management and sustainable development of fisheries resources and aquaculture. The Deep Blue Project aims at developing skills, building capacities, and enhancing the geopolitical dialogue in the Western Mediterranean region. The project is funded by the European Maritime and Fishery Fund, EMMF, and the European Agency for Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, EASME, within the framework of the Sustainable Blue Economy Call 2017. It was developed through the partnership with the following institutions: National Institute of Oceanography and Applied Geophysics, OGS, Italy; University of Sfax, Department of Life Sciences, Tunisia; Polytechnic University of Madrid; Center for Support for Technological Innovation, UPM-CAIT, Spain; Higher Institute of Fishing Technologies and Aquaculture, ISPAB, Tunisia; the Training of Trainers on Effective Management and Sustainable Development of Fisheries Resources and Aquaculture, WP5, was meant to be delivered on site, face-to-face for young professionals in the field. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic outbreak and restriction on mobility, the training of trainers was conducted online and ISPAB successfully hosted in between December 7th and 10th, 2020. 52 external participants who are mainly researchers, PhD students, young scientists, engineers, and high-skilled professionals in the field of marine sciences benefited from the training. The training of trainers covered 4 major topics: aquaculture, policies and fisheries management, policies and aquaculture management, biodiversity and non-indigenous species. The training was opened on December 7, 2020 by the General Director of the Higher Institute of Fishing Technologies and Aquaculture, ISPAB, Dr. Sami Mili, and Dr. Hisham Ben Salem, the General Director of the Institution and Agricultural Research and Higher Education, IRESA, Tunisia. After the opening session, the floor was handed over to Mr. Valerio Crespi from the Sub-Regional Office for North Africa of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, based in Tunis. Mr. Valerio gave an insightful presentation entitled The State of World Fisheries and Aquaculture. Then Mrs. Elisabetta Molero, who is a quantitative fisheries ecologist from the FAO General Fisheries Commission for the Mediterranean, GFCM, made a presentation on assessing the status of fishery resources towards effective management, why and how. The second session, Day 2, covered the topic policies and fisheries management, and it included 3 presentations. Presentation number 1, Unlocking the Potential of Aquaculture in the Mediterranean. Role of the GFCM was given by Mr. Hussam Hamza, together with Mrs. Linda Fordain and Mr. Georgios Paximadis, who joined from General Fisheries Commission for the Mediterranean, GFCM. The second presentation, Introduction of the Law of the Sea and the Role of RFMOs in Regulating Fisheries. The case of the GFCM was given by Mr. Ahmed Siliman from the GFCM. Finally, Mr. Sufyan Mahjoub, who joined the event from the FAO Sub-Regional Office for North Africa and Tunis, and Mrs. Anna Carlson from the GFCM gave their presentation entitled Supporting Sustainable SSF, Implementing the SSF Guidelines and the RPOA SSF. Day 3 training session of the online training of trainers covered the topic policies and aquaculture management and included 2 presentations. Presentation number 1, Marine Spatial Planning and Aquaculture, Overview and Case Studies, was given by Mrs. Leila Basti from Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology. The second presentation, Technologies Transfer for Aquaculture, Tunisian Case, was given by Mr. Mohamed Shalghaf from the CTA. Day 4 and last training session was successfully completed on December 10, 2020 and covered the topic biodiversity and non-indigenous species, and it included 2 presentations and a round table for the closure. Presentation number 1, Marine Protected Areas and Fisheries Management, was given by Mr. José Luis Sanchez from the University of Alicante, Spain. The second presentation, Spatial Dynamics and Non-Indigenous Fishes in the Mediterranean Sea, was presented by Mr. Ernesto Azzurro from the CNR IRBIM SZAD Italy, together with Mrs. Manuela Damen from the IRBIM CNR Ancona, Italy, and Mrs. Sonia Smeraldo, who is also affiliated to the IRBIM CNR Ancona, Italy, within the European Interreg project MPA Engage. Finally, the round table for the closure started with the intervention of Dr. Munir Garibi, the coordinator of the International Cooperation at the National Institute of Oceanography and Applied Geophysics, OGS, Italy. The presentation tackled issues related to the Blue Job under the title Blue Skills to Feed Jobs and Boost Innovation in the Mediterranean. The training, as originally proposed, included a theoretical part as well as field trips and several outdoor activities which aimed to allow participants from the Mediterranean to visit several fisheries and aquaculture stations in Tunisia. The visits had to be cancelled and ISPAB compensated this omission with a documentary which covered major aspects of the planned visits. The documentary videos focused on sharing good practices and helped the in-depth understanding of existing methodologies and tools for the promotion of sustainable exploitation of Mediterranean resources. The documentary is divided into 4 parts: industrial fisheries, small-scale fisheries, bivalve hatchery and shellfish parks, offshore fish farming.
Hello, I'm Ms. Jean Moulila, aquatic researcher at ISPAB Group in Malta. I would like to express my appreciation of the training session that I was part of. The training was very valuable and insightful experience for me. Also, I want to thank all the speakers of their professionalism and their high level of communication.
Bonjour, je suis Emma Deluy, je suis docteur en biologie marine et je travaille actuellement en tant que postdoctorante à l'ISPAB, l'Institut national des sciences et technologies de la mer. J'ai eu le privilège d'assister à la formation des formateurs initiés dans le cadre du projet Deep Blue qui s'est tenu en ligne, ce qui a permis à un plus grand nombre de participants de prendre part à cette formidable opportunité. Cette formation a été très bénéfique pour moi. J'ai ainsi pu approfondir mes connaissances dans la gestion durable des ressources halieutiques. J'ai beaucoup apprécié les quiz et les documentaires, ce qui a rendu l'expérience d'apprentissage très amusante et très ludique. Je remercie vivement les organisateurs et les formateurs et les félicite pour la qualité et l'excellente tenue de cette formation. Merci.
Coucou, je m'appelle Khawla Bali, actuellement étudiante en deuxième année master recherche en biodiversité des écosystèmes aquatiques. J'ai eu la chance d'être acceptée parmi 50 participants de la région de la Méditerranée à la formation organisée par l'ISPAB et Deep Blue. Donc durant 4 jours, on a vu plein de choses. On a parlé de politique et gestion de l'aquaculture, des pêcheries, des espèces non indigènes à la Méditerranée. On a fait un cours de dynamique de population, une formation sur les aires marines protégées. C'était une formation très diversifiée et efficace. Merci beaucoup Deep Blue et l'ISPAB.
As part of the work package 6 of the Deep Blue project, and in order to ensure the visibility outputs and results to the partners and the beneficiaries involved in the whole Euro-Mediterranean region, and to share results and outputs with a broader public to enhance visibility of the existing capacity building programs and initiatives, the Higher Institute of Fisheries and Aquaculture of Bizerte organized 2 Decimmission Days. The first Decimmission Day for the Deep Blue project, local event, took place at the Institute on May 19, 2021 and includes a face-to-face activities. The aim of this event is to present an overview of the Deep Blue project and to share its results to a larger public of students and young researchers in the region of Bizerte and Tunis. The second event, Revisiting the Deep Blue Project, Synergy for a Sustainable Blue Economy, previously scheduled to take place on site in the city of Sfax in the presence of all parties, was conducted online due to COVID-19 pandemic outbreak and restrictions on mobility. The event was co-organized by the Higher Institute of Fisheries and Aquaculture of Bizerte and the University of Sfax on May 21, 2021. The event was scheduled in 2 sessions, a first session dedicated to the decimation of the main activities and results of the Deep Blue project. The second session concerned the synergy between different initiatives and projects in the field of the blue economy, a joint effort which seeks to attain sustainable blue growth. Over 60 participants, who are mainly researchers, PhD students, scientists, engineers, and high-skilled professionals in the field of marine sciences, attended the event.